you want to? Okay, so here we go. Very, very special welcome to our special guest tonight. Louwerens, thank you for taking the time. We are all so appreciative. I know that, you know, as we do the business, we need a lot of time for our own teams, for you to take out this time for us. I know with your background in neurophysics and understanding the brain and, you know, just your whole history yourself with your personal life, we are so excited to have this time with you. And especially for the newbies that's just done 500 ppv the first time. Well done to all of you. So now everybody's got to open your mics, open your faces, and I want to have a huge Herbalife welcome for Millionaire Team, all the way from Pretoria, that is with us tonight. Woohoo! Please make a noise, guys. We want loads of energy. Okay, Louwerens, thank you so much. You guys didn't shout enough. This is not a...
it's cold. It's cold.
Tupperware party nie. Kom julle.
Fantastic.
Louwerens, thank you so much. Over to you. We've got a lot of Afrikaans-speaking people, but you know we have a few that don't understand the language, so we've got to gooi the rooi taal there. So let's go.
No problem. No problem. Firstly, of course, you know, tonight is all about our qualifiers. And I want to say welcome to every one of you who qualified for the first time. And then, of course, for those who, you know, has been doing this for a second and a third and beyond that. And I want to say to each and every one of you, well done. You know, to be on a call like this, you could have been anywhere now. You could have spent your time in this hour on a thing that you would like, but you are here, which says to me that your focus is right, you are serious, and I'm very happy and honored to share with you, you know, a couple of minutes. And I hope that tonight will be of value for you because, you know, I've prepared a PowerPoint presentation, but it was only photos of my wife and my children and my organization. And I will share that with you on Thursday because I'm also the guest speaker at the HM. But well done for each and everyone being here tonight. I know, and may I speak this as a promise over your life and over your business, is that may you be in a process of stepping into a well-designed life. Because I'm sure that most of you, we start this journey in this company, you know, with this strong desire to create a well-designed life. And I hope that the two principles that I'm going to share with you will be of serious value for you. I'm going to share one principle in the first half of the session, and then on the second half with the lounge, some of you have to leave, then I will be talking about the second principle. But let me start with introducing myself for those who don't know me. My name is Louwerens Swanepoel. I'm from Pretoria. I'm the oldest son of 7 children. My father was a miner and my mother couldn't read or write. And I went through school and I wanted to become a minister with all my heart. Eventually, I got to university and I changed my specialist field because very interesting, of this 7 children, 3 of the children were attending a special school, and 4 of the children was coping well with school. And I couldn't understand why this was happening. And I decided to change my field of study, and they started a 19-year period of studying the brain. And I started in 1984. I qualified, and I started with the practice, and I was activating brains, and it was absolutely unbelievable, because the need for what we were doing was so vast and so big, and we were growing. And we were only 3 people with my qualifications in South Africa at that stage in 1984. And the practice kept on growing. And I had, at one stage, I had 80 practices. So in 1996, the almost unthinkable thing happened to me. I was standing in front of a board of directors, and I was writing on the board, and I was showing them, this is why we are growing so fast. This is why there's such a big need for what we are doing, our specialist field. And while I was writing on the board, suddenly I felt terribly ill. But just to give you context of me at that stage, I was 38 years old. I was young. I never smoked a cigarette in my life, never drank 1 drop of alcohol in my life. And I did the Ironman just before this happened. And the Ironman, for those of you that don't know what's the Ironman, it is you get into a K1 rowing boat, and you row for 21 kilometers. You get out of the boat, you get onto a bicycle, and you ride that bicycle for 160 kilometers. You get off the bicycle, and then you run a 42-kilometer marathon. And so I was fit. I was young. And I was standing in front of them, and I turned around and I asked permission to my board of directors for me to go and sit. And they thought that I was joking, because they knew at that stage that I was training very hard. I was living healthy at that stage, what I thought. And you know, and 4 meters from where I was standing, there was my chair. And my biggest goal was to get to that chair and to reach that chair. In the process of trying to get to that chair, I lost control of my neck. I lost control of my intestinal tract. I lost control of my arm. I lost control over my leg. And I fell down, did not reach my chair. And I suffered a severe stroke, which left me 2 years in hospital, in and out, and 5 years in a wheelchair. Not a very comfortable space to be in. And ironically, I was activating brains, and all of a sudden I was lying there with this, traumatized brain, and I had no movement on my right-hand side. My head was hanging. I was drooling, and it was a terrible time. And during months in hospital, I was in a battle with myself and with God, and I was asking, how's it possible that I was studying so long for this, and now all of a sudden this is happening? And I can remember vividly the day that I said to Zanti, you know what is absolutely unbelievable about my situation is the fact that I'm well qualified. I studied for almost ages, and now I'm still in the active income bracket. No work, no pay. While I was lying in hospital for 2 years, no work, no pay, no income. And at that stage, there was this thing and the birth of myself and Zanti, my wife, and we said to each other, when I make it out of this hospital, the first thing that we are going to do is to look around for an opportunity to build a passive income. I think I was a professional snob because I couldn't find anything that I could, associate my professional profile with until Zanti met up with Steve Artman, one of the leaders in this company, and she was talking to him, and there's one of the big lessons in Herbalife. Never underestimate a circle of influence, because Zanti was the third name on a name list. And what happened with this, her best friend invited Zanti to a meeting with Steve. And they met up, and Zanti, wise lady as she is, she said, you know what, I think that Louwerens will really associate with this. And she came, I was busy consulting again, and she came into my room, and I was busy with somebody, but she quietly came in, and she put in those days, 18 years back, it was this green boxes. And she got this box, and she put it on the corner of my table, and she just said to me, Louwerens, I think we've got it. And she went off. I finished with what I was busy doing that, and I took up this box. And hear this now. We have lost at that stage, because 2 years down the line, I had 80 practices. 79 of them dissolved during my stay in hospital. So I had one practice and it was my own. And we had a heap of debt. And I said to Zanti, I called her and I said to her, Zanti, what is this? She says, you must look at this, because I think this is the passive income that we were looking at. And I said to her, the first question was, but tell me, what did you pay for this? And she said 640 Rand. At that stage, it was 640 bucks. And I said to her, and you realize that we've got 700 Rand in the bank? She says, yes, we had 700 Rand in the bank. And I said to Zanti, well, if you are so serious, I will trust you, but we are going to a meeting. Second lesson in our story is immediately we got into action, and I said to her, you know what, if you trust the presentation that Steve did for you, I want to go and see what's happening at this so-called HOM, Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. So I got into this meeting, and I was looking around, and it was very foreign, because it wasn't professional speakers that were speaking, but the people were happy, and the people were seriously excited. And I was listening to this, and Zanti was looking at me, and we were walking out of that meeting. And I had this very peaceful peace of mind with me. And I said to Zanti, if they can make it, and this is not speaking down to people, but it was a moment of speaking hope, because I said to Zanti, if they can make it, I'm sure that we can make it. So we got back. But if I say I was skeptical, because they were talking about a guy who received a Nobel laureate. They talked about David Heber being voted as the best doctor, and they were talking about the international business, talking about serious science. And I was so skeptical, but so serious about our decision to start with this opportunity that we got onto a plane, myself and Zanti. We flew all over the sea towards to Los Angeles. And I will never forget my reactions when we were descending over LAX. And while we were descending towards the runway, there was this 2 high-rise buildings with Herbalife on it, the name Herbalife. And I said to Zanti, I don't think that we know how big this company is. But nevertheless, we got down, we got into the offices, and they showed us around. And I was completely blown away. But I was so excited. We came back, and we had a dream of, now Zanti is not a very peaceful flyer. She hates flying, but she was sitting and focusing on the turbulence of the airplane, and I was studying, the manuals of the business. And while I was studying the manuals, I was writing out a plan, and said, you know what, Zanti, and I sat next to her, and I said to her, do you realize that if we do this and this and this, and it was a very simple plan, very simplistic, and another lesson in Herbalife is keep it simple always. And if we do this, this is the amount that we will be earning after 1 year. And Zanti looked at that number, and she says to me, Louwerens, please do not ever share this number with anyone, because they will still believe that you've got a brain damage because of this stroke that you suffered. And I said, okay, what would you be safe and happy to work for? And we set our goal on that plane on our way back to South Africa. We came about to set our goals on 25,000 Rand passive income. Now, I know that there are 4 streams of income: retail, wholesale, and royalties. So I wanted to build a 25,000 Rand royalty check. And so if you translate that money in today's value of money, you should be talking about 47,000 Rand. Now, this is my question to each and every one of you. Can you imagine you earning 47,000 Rand per month from the side as passive income, serious passive income, not your retail, not your wholesale, but royalties? And Zanti said to me, 25,000 Rand, I think we've got it. And what happened is we came back, we did simple things, seriously simple things. But what we had is serious work ethics. So we devoted 1 hour per day, seriously 60 minutes. And you would ask me, Louwerens, but what would you do for 60 minutes? Well, we created a rhythm for us. And at that stage, we decided that we want to work corporately with people. So in other words, more people at the same time. So we wanted to host shake parties. So we hosted a shake party on a Wednesday and on Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. On Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, we were phoning people and inviting people. And remember now, it's 18 years back. No WhatsApp, no nothing, emails and so forth. We were still working with faxes. And so, and it worked. Why? Another lesson. And we had a rhythm. And you know what? At that stage, we weren't aware of the fact that a 90-day plan, but we continued and we developed a rhythm and a routine, and we kept on. And hear this now. To our amazement, we reached the 25,000 Rand royalty in month 7. Month 8, we qualified for the global expansion team, and that income went up to 37,000 rand in those days of money. And it was unbelievable. We kept on going on. Month 10, we were earning 50,000 rand, and we were seriously excited beyond being excited. And and that put us in a very comfortable way. And we were restoring our life, and we had goals, but we were restoring our lives. 6 years ago, it can perhaps be 7 years ago, I decided to take one day out of my practice. It was a Friday. So full-time on a Friday, part-time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full-time Friday, Saturday was full-time Herbalife, and then the business grew. I took at another day, the second day, it was a Monday. Now it was nice. It was a long weekend. Every weekend was a long weekend for me, because now Friday was Herbalife, Saturday was Herbalife, Monday was Herbalife. And when I wanted to take out the third day, myself and Zanti sat and we were absolutely in love with this culture of this company. We were in love with, just the fact that leverage is part of this whole marketing plan. We are not depending on only what we're doing. We are depending on what our team do. And this is another lesson. And for everyone on this, if you want to step in a well-designed life, just hear this now. It is the best. I can tell you after 18 years, this is the best growing income opportunity in the world. The second thing is, how do I create a growing income? Is when I start from the beginning, start with the goal of not doing the business all by myself, but to create a team. And as soon as you create a team, unbelievable, you will reach the ideal strategic position like you cannot believe. And we changed, and we got to a position where we went full-time. Within 18 months, we were earning between 100 and 150,000 rand with this company. And you know what? I can tell you this, that if you have a vision, and if you are serious and a strong why, this can also happen with you. And I want to share with you, especially for the first timers that will leave after I'm finished with this section. I want to share with you this life-changing principle, because I was taught this, and you know what? It came in and it seriously caused traction for us in our business. And I hope that you've got a pen in your hand now, because this is the principle. First, responsibility. First responsibility, then authority. Because many of us would like to get to the president's team level, to the millionaire team level, to the chairman's club team level. Many of us, all of us dream of this. But you know what? The laws, the principle is first responsibility, then authority, then the position will come. I've got 6 kids, 5 daughters and 1 son. My son is a civil engineer living in the United States, but while he was working here in South Africa, he was working 3 years for a big engineering company here in South Africa. This was his conversation with me. He says to me, you know what, Dad, I'm an engineer, and still I don't have a position, a commanding post and a position. And I asked him, typical of being a millennial, he said, you know what, I want a bigger position. And I said to him, Marlo, which responsibilities are you taking full ownership of? Because if you don't take responsibility, the position will not come, because it's first taking responsibility. And he nodded and he says, yes, I want to have the position, but I'm not taking the responsibility. And this is a law. This is absolutely a spiritual law. And I want to end off, I want to speak for the next 10 minutes. Just speak this into your heart. And may this bless you in a way that it will clarify your understanding of why some people in the same business, doing the same marketing plan, using the same products, everything the same. Some people are more successful than other people. You only get two types of people in life. You get the social people, SOSOH people, standing for stressed out, survival-orientated human beings. And this is a scientific term. If you work with the brain and the neurological system, that is a scientific principle. It's a scientific condition. Stressed out, survival-orientated human being. This is the one group. And then you've got this other group. It's what we call the islands of excellence. So you've got only two types of people. You either fall in the social people category or the islands of excellence. Now, what is the difference? And now lots of research was done of why does some people get it right to break out of this big group of social people and go into this islands of excellence. And so sometimes, because I come from humble beginnings, and my dad was exactly this stressed out, survival-orientated human being. From being a little boy, I knew that he was struggling and he was stressed out about his finances and our well-being. And he grew up and he became a middle-aged person, and still he was stressed out and survival-orientated. We just survived as a family. And he went on, and as a pensioner, he went in this role of stressed out, survival-orientated. I refer to these guys as the so-called Hosa weekenders. You know what? These guys, they just survive Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because the same job, the same responsibilities, the same. If you talk to them, Mr. and Mrs. Average, if you talk to them, they will always be complaining about the same stuff over and over and over again. And then if you meet them 5 years from now, they will still be moaning and groaning about the same old stuff. When they grew older, they will still be moaning and be dissatisfied with the same circumstances. And why don't they break out? That's the big question. Because the islands of excellence, they get it right. And this was one of the most profound and biggest revelations in my life when I had a tour, a worldwide tour, to meet some serious Fortune 500 CEOs because of the result of one of my studies. And this guy said to me, and I was asking them, why are some people more successful than other people? And he says to me, the successful people in life are those people, these islands of excellence are those people who get it right, to get their head, their heart, and their hands in alignment. The vision is right, their plans are right, they are passionate about what they do, and they work. And you know what? I hope that each and every one of you here get it right, to get your head up straight, and to make sure that you've got vision. Because the social people, hear this, I'm ending this session. The social people have no vision, no plan, no control, and they don't take full responsibility for their lives. If you don't take full responsibility for your life, you will always live under supervision. And but the Islands of Excellence, a small group, get it right to break out of the circle of Mr. and Mrs. Average and to be successful. Why? Because they've got a high definition of why they do things. They've got a high definition of their dream and their vision. They take full responsibility, and they step always in the faith zone. Faith in themselves, faith in their people and in their team, and faith in the promises of God. And I want to bless each and every one of you is to get out there. And if you feel tonight that you are falling in this stressed out, survival-orientated status and category, you know what? There's a definite way out. Get your head, your heart, and your hands in alignment. Because if that happens, you will be the person that will take full responsibility for the outcome of your life. And as soon as you get to do that, you will step into a well-designed life. I hope that this added value to your life and to your business.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Louwerens. Oh my word, I love this training. And thank you so much for sharing your heart and so much detail with all of us. We are very excited to have the press team lounge guys stay behind. Everybody that's done more than 2,500 supervisor volume last month can stay behind. Thank you to everybody else that qualified and showed up. Well done to you. And this was a very special one for you as a first training. So we want you to please sign off now. And we're going to have a special time with Louwerens for the leaders. We call it the Press Team Lounge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And our qualifiers is Magda and Laverne and Amarie and Marty and Renee and Peter and Sandra, Reina, Denise, Tarsha, Karina, Serena, Virgil, so, and also Claudine. So you go, the rest of you, thank you so much. Bye-bye to you. And now we are going to stay behind for a very, very special time. And congrats for you for qualifying. So for the rest of the guys, we just give them a minute. They're saying they are dancing and excited. Oh, this is Virgil that's dancing. Okay, so guys, we are only at, you guys are very privileged tonight. So please open your cameras so that Louwerens can feel the energy and feel the enthusiasm from you guys. And give us a hoo-hoo. Let's hear your voices. I don't know if Ace is here. Okay, so Louwerens, here you are. You know quite a lot of them. Denise, you know, I know you probably know Amarie. We all came to your special training in Cape Town here at Canal Walk. And that was so, so special. So we have great memories together. We've got a few newbies, Tarsha, Renee did her first or second cut last month. And so then Marty and Serena has also been in the business for a long time. Virgil seems to be hanging around in his gown there, but like having a mask there, Virgil. So Over back to you.
Oh, well done. And a special word from me. It's serious. No, it's one of the most pleasing and pleasant things to share time with like-minded people and people with vision, people with drive, people with ambition. But you know what? Most of all, people that really makes a difference in the community outside there. And this is why I love this company as much as I do, because you know, if we get successful, that is a result of many lives being changed and touched on a very special way. And I want to congratulate to each and every one of you here. You know, 2,500 volume points and beyond is so important. I will never, ever forget that in my second month in the business, Steve asked me to go with him to a world team school. Elsa, I think you were also there in London.
Yes, I was there.
You were there, and Martin Farmer was speaking, and he was speaking, and he was asking. Now, you must know now, I just came back all the way from the United States. We've got this big dream. We did some serious work, you know, in the first 2 months, and we could go to the World Team School in London. And I will never forget the impact that guy had on the way that he presented the 2,500 principle. Because 2,500 is only a stepping stone, but it's, to my mind, the most important basic in the Herbalife business. And we have never missed ever a 2,500 volume points since we've started 18 years ago. Why? And allow me just to share this, and Elsa, you will remember, it was the first time, because I was sitting there still new. We were working. I was seriously excited, because we made some money, and you know, it was unbelievable. And we were, you know, we had this taste of, you know what, we will get our lives back. And then Martin Farmer asked the question. So I was sitting there still with this one worry. You know what, being professional, sitting in front of people and consulting, working with genetics and so forth. So I was still baffled by, troubled, maybe another word, by the fact that, am I going to be in the selling business my whole life? Am I going to run around for the rest of my life, keep on seeking for customers? And then Martin Farmer spoke, and he said, who wants never ever to miss 2,500 volume points? My hand went up. And then he started with the principle, and I can assure you this was the principle that allowed us to get to the GET team in 7 months. And the principle was, get 20, keep 20. Get 20 customers and keep 20 customers. Get 20 members and keep 20 members. And you know, I phoned Zanti from the London. I said, we are going to be successful. This will be a sustainable business because I've got it. I've got it. Get 20, keep 20, and explain the get 20. Get as soon. And I'm speaking to everyone here. You have heard two things that's very important. It's the best growing income opportunity in the world. The second thing is, it will only happen if you build a team from the beginning. And you know, the best way of building a team, if you start focusing with your customers and your members to do the following: to get into a habit of 90 days, the first 90 days, to get them to a point where they will have 20 customers. But the keep 20 customers, that was the best explanation of a sustainable business, because I thought to myself, okay, if you get 20 customers, why the keep 20 customers? And he explained to us this in this way. He says, don't you think that it is Lala world to think that a customer will buy every month from you? It's not so. It will not. It's not reality. Some of them, a small percentage, but some will buy this month and then they will skip a month and then another. But the keep 20 was this principle. And he explained it to us like this. He said, you must have enough customers, but the minimum of 20 customers, so that every month, hear this, every month, only 20 or a minimum of 20 of your customers will buy from you. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is absolutely fantastic. And I immediately changed it again on the plane back. I changed it, get 30 customers and keep 20. Because every month, if you speak to Elsa and you speak to everybody that's doing 2,500 for years now, for decades now, they will tell you that at this stage, we've got 46 customers, and we rest assured that every month, at least 20 of them will buy. And you know what? If they buy, and if we focus on having results with those people will become members. That's the one thing. The second principle, so get 20 customers, keep 20 customers. I change it to get 30 customers so that I keep on having at least 20 customers buying every month from you. And this is our focus now with our new members. New members, get 20 members and keep 20 members. And this 20 members, because if you get to the position of supervisor, the soul and the core principle of and the core job description of a supervisor is to create supervisors. So if you can imagine this, 3 buckets next to each other, you've got the bucket with the name customers. Get 20, keep 20. Get 30, keep 20. Then the next bucket is members. Get 20 members and keep 20 members. Because if you've got 20 members, the chances that you will start producing 2 supervisors out of 20 is a reality, because it's a numbers game. Everything is a ratio of everything. And because it happens like this. Some people come to, and they get to the supervisor's level quite easily. Why? Because they've got big numbers of customers, and then all of a sudden they hit this plateau in the business. And it's a big frustration for them. Why? Because they don't grow royalties. And how do I grow royalties? Is to create supervisors. Make sure that, and I focus on, I always ask when I speak to my members, I ask them this question. what is your customer bucket look like? What is your member bucket look like? How many members in that? How's your supervisor bucket? Because as soon as there's growth in each bucket, then there's movement on the marketing plan. There's movement in pins. And it's a very easy way and a simplistic way of just checking. One of the most visual and creative ways of, we were speaking about buckets, and one of my members has got this nice clear vases. It's like a flower vase on the table, 3 of them. And then with pinball balls, you know, badminton, no, not badminton, ping pong.
Table tennis.
Table tennis balls. And they've got with the names of these balls. And they've got it. It's a very nice arrangement. And this is a constant reminder that I have to focus on getting customers and to get new members and to work with my members so that I can create supervisors. And if we can get it right to get our supervisors into a habit of in 90 days, getting 20, keep 20. If that is the case, you will have a rich supervisor, because this supervisor will not only stuck at supervisor's level, but they will go on and become a world team, and they are this absolute perfect member that will grow into an active world team, because they are growing as supervisors and beyond. So it's a very nice way, and you know, I'm very thankful to Martin Farmer for teaching me this get 20, keep 20 principle, because if you get it right, and many people, I've done a survey, Elsa, at the beginning of this year in our organization, in all my tab teams. And what was absolutely alarming was the fact that most people go in, and I'm speaking to of my organization with this focus. We had still the statistics that the vast majority of people as supervisors get to the supervisor level with only 3, 4, 5 members. And these are the guys that really get into a frustration mode because they don't move on to the next levels. And you know what? Teamwork, get and build the team as fast as possible, and get this this focus. But the principle that I want to share with this President's Lounge, and thank you for inviting me also into this lounge. And you're more than welcome to ask me questions after this, but this was seriously one of the topics and one of the conversations that really struck me and almost pushed me right in front of my chest, because I knew if I have to recover, I have to pay attention, clear attention to the following principle. And hear this. The principle is, and I'm talking now to people who get it right to do 2,500. Everyone on this call tonight, I am sure that you've got this burning desire to move up in levels. And I want to share with you the following, and the following conversation that somebody had with me when I was in my wheelchair, and I also applied it in my organization. The question is, if you want to move up, hear this. If you want to move up, and I know I'm talking to leaders now, and I do, and I say this with absolutely utmost respect and love to you. If you want to move up, you have to grow up, give up, and start up. I'm saying it again. If you want to move up, you have to grow up, give up, and start up. And you would ask me, Louwerens, okay, grow up. What do you mean with grow up? Well, to grow up, and we're talking about your business, your personal development, everything about you now. If you want to move up to the next levels, we have to grow up. And to grow up, we have to do three things. We have to add something, we have to subtract something, and we have to exchange something. Now, let me make this clear. What do I have to add for me to grow up? What do I have to add? Well, you have to add serious vision in your life. Because if you don't have vision, again, you will always live under supervision. So vision, a clear, high definition vision of why do you do this and your dream. You have to add a burning desire. And this is getting your heart into this plan as well. Add a burning desire. What do you have to take away, subtract out of your life? I can remember vividly when myself and Zanti, you know, we can speak ages for, we had a lot before my stroke, and then we lost everything. And we knew at that stage that when we started rebuilding our lives, we decided to do the following thing. To get rid, in the loving sense, to get rid of all the high maintenance people in our life. Now, what is a high maintenance person? A high maintenance person is a person when you visit them, when you allow them into your intimate circle, in your personal circle, they will always be moaning and groaning, be negative. They will always speak about their challenges, their problems, and why this is so negative to live in this country, and why this and why this. They are high maintenance. And you know what? High maintenance people is not, and I say again, is not my enemy. It is people that we seriously love dearly. But you know what? They've got a negative aspect. They've got a negative mindset. They are nihilistic, and they're always negative. And we decided that we will phone our high maintenance people, because if you walk away, and I know that you will relate to this, if you walk away from a high maintenance friend or a high maintenance family member or a high maintenance member, you walk away and you feel as if the life was squeezed out of you. It's like an orange that was squeezed all the juices out. And you know what? If you see this person tomorrow, you walk around a longer way because you don't have energy now, enough energy to face them again. And if you want to set your mind on achieving a goal, we really experienced this. We found our high maintenance people and we said to them, and we qualified them, you know what, Johnny, we love you to bits, but you know what, we've decided that we have to focus on rebuilding our lives, and we want to you know, tell you that we are not going to engage with you anymore for the next few months, because we see you as high maintenance, because it is the relationship comes from our side. And we were very polite when we were talking to them. And you cannot believe how the environment changed when we stepped away from the high maintenance people. Because if you're not aware of this fact that high maintenance people will drag you down, they will influence your mentality in a downward spiral. They will suck the energy out of you. They will create doubt in your own abilities and in your vision and in your dreams. Step away from those people, but step towards the grace givers, the low maintenance people. And you know that you've got friends and members and family members. When you visit them, they speak life into you. They speak hope. They speak ability. They speak absolutely just this positive things. And this is what you need if you want to build a serious business. So, and we're talking about the topic. If you want to move up, seriously, if you want to go to the president's team level, there's not time to mingle with the high maintenance people, because they will hold you back and they will break your progress in life. Because there's a saying, and it's not a cliche, it's the truth. You will become the average of the 6 to 8 people that you spend most time with. If you spend time with the high maintenance people, you will get high maintenance, you will get negative, and you will get dragged down. So let's surround ourselves with like-minded, positive people with vision and ambition, low maintenance people. So I've said, to grow up, we have to add something, vision and desire, subtract something, get away from the high maintenance people, low maintenance people, and we have to exchange something. And you know what? This was a big thing for me to realize, especially if you go through hard times. You know what? When people struggle to build their business, struggle to get the graph going up again, get members, get, if they struggle, they start and they struggle to survive. There's many people in this survival mode now. And when they pray, they ask for more money, more, they ask for more. And if you don't realize that there's a principle that's working the foundation of this principle, don't ask for more money, ask for, or get a better understanding of what is the purpose for money, because money is a very, very modern issue. Long ago, you had to exchange your vegetables for have to put your hands on milk. So there was an exchange method. I teach, and we've got serious conversations with people living in this so and stressed out, survival-orientated mode. And I say to them, look for a good exchange method. And this is how we can seriously feel blessed, because we've got the best exchange method, the best products. We've got the best marketing plan. We've got the best support structure. Look at what's happening tonight. And I spoke to Elsa this morning. There's a support structure. And if my member does not understand that this is an exchange method, they will not use the support structure as being an exchange method for gaining and growing their business. But you know what? Because, you know, it's again a Zoom call. It's again this. No, it's not. This is a way of exchanging things of value. And it will build me. It will build me personally. I might be on a meeting where I've got the aha moment of my life that will absolutely change the course of my business and the way that I think. So exchange things. So how do you move up? You grow up. You give up. What do you have to give up? And this is a tough conversation when somebody, you know, is point blank with you and honest in their intentions. If they are honest in their intentions to help you, this is what they will say to you. Give up wasting time. You know what? So many people and members, they will never, ever employ people like them because they waste time. Rather, invest time. Give up a victim mentality. No, we're not victims. We are products of the way that we think. We are products of the activities of our hands. And we are promised that we will be blessed. The work of our hands will be blessed. We have to give up negative mindsets. We have to give up, perhaps, watching too much TV. And of course, we have to give up bad habits, because bad habits will become a serious distraction in your life. And I want to end off, and I want to say to each and every one of you, if we want to move up, you have to grow up, give up, and then the third one is you have to start up. What do you have to start up? Well, the first thing is you have to start up the right mindset. And I know that we are heavily, being part of a momentum where we not only say it, but we can see it. The people that spend time in personal development on fixing this, and tonight you've heard, it's not only fixing my mind, it's also fixing what's going in my heart and fixing the actions of my hands. If you start up a new mindset, if you start up a new vision, if you start up consistency, you know what? This is a word that, and I even don't use the word consistency, because for some or the other way, consistency means work for people. So I talk about creating a rhythm in your life. You know, a rhythm. And if you get into a rhythm, we created a rhythm in our early days. Wednesday shake party, Saturday shake party, Monday and Tuesday inviting, Thursday and Friday inviting. And that rhythm, the other word for that rhythm is consistency. And with consistency, you know, the big reward from consistency is I'm applying a principle of discipline in my business. And I want to end off the session, and I know I'm 5 minutes over, but I want to ask you if you are brave enough to change the laws in your life and in your business. And it's not a metaphoric changing of the laws in your life. I'm speaking about serious changing laws in your life. And I want to explain this because if you get to a point where you are ready to change the laws in your life, then things will happen rapidly. Now, let me give you an example. Many of us has sat on a plane, and you know what? Imagine yourself being this pilot sitting in the cockpit of this big Airbus, and on the runway, a 360 view, you've got a vision, you've got the intention to fly, but you sit in this cockpit and you sit there with the belief and the faith that the laws will change in the next few minutes, or else we are in big trouble. Now, what does a pilot does? He sits, he checks everything, he's got this view, and then he opens the throttle. And this big engine will start and will thrust this big plane with these lots of new members and new customers in, and you will go onto this tarmac, and you will reach the speed of 200 kilometers per hour. And still the plane, the law of gravity is the biggest law working on that plane. Although traveling 200 kilometers per hour, the law of gravity is the law that with the biggest power on that stage. And that plane will still be solidly attached to the tarmac, although rolling at 200 kilometers per hour. What does a pilot do? Stop and think it's not the right opportunity. He will keep on opening the throttle and keep on. And the tarmac will get shorter and shorter, the runway. But he knows that the law of gravity will eventually give in to a bigger law. And you know what? Now the speed comes up, momentum in your business. The speed comes up and it becomes 250 kilometers, 280 kilometers. The plane is shaking violently, and then 300 kilometers. And this pilot knows that at 320 kilometers per hour, the law of gravity will subside, will give in to a stronger and bigger law, the law of lift. Let us create enough momentum in our businesses to change the laws, because there is an ideal strategic position. In the case of this heavy, multiple hundreds of tons of carbon fiber, this plane, it is 320 kilometers per hour, ideal strategic position. And that plane will soar and it will fly, because the laws has changed. If you create a bigger team, more cohesive, more momentum, it will happen. The laws will change in your business. It is not, I think so. I know that in the same way that the pilot knows that law will change every time he opens the throttle. And my wish for every one of you here is not to push back that throttle, but keep it open and keep the faith, do the work, be consistent, having the rhythm, and the laws in your business will change. Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you, Louwerens. Oh my word, that is such a great analogy. I remember always there was a training one day of Mark von Singer that was in the early days, that was saying, you know, something that's so related to this, that there is too many people that is taxiing around on the airport and they never build that 3 by 90 days momentum so that that airplane can actually take off and, you know, change the laws. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my word, you spend so much time with us, and really we are so grateful. You know, it's so much, like you say, the mind, the heart, the hands, and, you know, just to, for me, the biggest thing is having the belief that you can do it and to build a team that you believe in. So over to the team, anybody that, please talk to Louwerens. We want to let him hear you. Is maybe we can take one question. One question. He's brave enough.
Also, I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you, Louwerens. Every time you just blow me away. I just love your whole, I don't want to say vibe, but appreciating how you always bring in your belief and your faith. And not a lot of trainers do that. And it really resonates with me every single time I hear it. So I just want to thank you for tonight. And I can see you did a big preparation session for us. And I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Big pleasure.
Okay. Anybody else? Laverne, kom julle.
Ja, dankie Louwerens vir die extravaganza LDW experience. That was baie, baie special. I'm going to put up an aeroplane and some drums for rhythm in my office. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and glass vases with balls.
Yeah, I love that.
Baie dankie Louwerens, ons is baie Afrikaans sprekendes hierso, so ons kan maar die taal ook gooi. So regtig baie dankie. Ons waardeer jou. Jy is super special en ons wens jou al die sukses en al die blessings toe vir jou en jou familie en jou span. Ons waardeer jou regtig baie dankie vir jou spesiale tyd.
Dankie Elsa. Ek wil net afsluit met die laaste dingetjie. Dalk 'n food for thought as jy nou op jou kop op die kussing gaan lê. Ellen Louwerens het my altyd gevra, what's your new number? En ons het nou net gepraat van momentum en momentum bou. Ons is op 'n 500 PPV call. En onthou nou, dit is hoe jy mense by die extravaganza gaan kry. Ja. En my vraag aan elkeen van julle is, wat is jou nommer vandag? Hoeveel nuwe mense gaan jy kry om regtig saam met jou hierdie virtual extravaganza by te woon? And my suggestion is, you know what, we've got this principle of, I know that we work on the virtual platforms like this now, because this is a high-tech situation. You know what, it's so fantastic sitting in Pretoria talking to everybody in the Cape and wherever. But we've decided in our team to also bring in now already the high touch thing. And we are planning, you know, the extravaganza, working relentlessly to get the people to qualify to you know, also experience the extravaganza, but we are going to do it, work in the high touch thing in small groups with the right, you know, I don't know what they call it, watch teams, or, but we are going to create small communities.
They call it watch parties. Watch
parties, not watch teams, watch parties. Yes. And you know what, that is, a fantastic way of building community, because this is what makes this company so special, is our sense of belonging, our relationships, and our ability to build community. So thank you for spending time with me. It was absolutely a delight. See you on Thursday.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
See you on Thursday. Thank you, Louwerens. You're really spending a lot of time with us this week. We're gonna be, ons gaan groot in die skuld wees met jou. Ek weet nie hoe om dit in Engels te sê nie. Baie dankie hoor. It was wonderlik. Thank you so much.
Dankie,
Louwerens.
Dankie.
Dankie.
Dankie. Sorry, Reina, ek het nie vir jou gerecognize nie. Okay, dankie julle. Kan stuur vir my mooi boodskapies dat ek vir Louwerens kan mooi dankie sê. Dankie. Dankie Louwerens, it was amazing hoor. Jy is die beste. Thank you so much.
Hi Ace.
Ace, hy sê vir jou hallo. Nou vries jou pa. Hy's vries. Okay.